She will do it after the break. Okay, during the break. You keep eyes watching. Keep windows open. I will jump out if we cannot finish this. Uh, 7 push-ups. Yeah. 8. Uh, please do the push-up. This has to be disciplined. You guys, other students later will not. So 7 push. Yes, yeah, we have to do it. Bassett, you're watching, okay? You are in charging for this, okay? I have to move on. Otherwise, I cannot finish this chapter. Uh, which this should be. So on page 273, look at the figure. Page 273, figure 13.8. 13.8. I this, this is a very important. 68, 95, 99 point. It's too important. I cannot remember. 99.7 rule. So what that means is if this is the mean, the middle line is the mean, okay, and mu, this means the whole population. So the one standard deviation. How to find use the finger to trace it at the steepest slope. Okay, I say it's here. So it's symmetric. So this one standard deviation sigma. This part, so this is the average, is the value. This is the value, and this is the probability. This is the probability. Let's say your exam school. It happened in the textbook. Several exam schools distribute like this. First of all, it is strange. I cannot understand why exam school is distributed like this. Why? It's random. It means the random. Let's say the average is 70, score 70. So some students accidentally, I cannot believe, the exam is the the score is accidentally higher, some are accidentally lower, which means nobody knows. They just close eyes and answer. So it will distribute like this. And this has the certain probability, say 70, and says here is 50%, which means probably not. I would say 40%. So a single student, even you don't know, he doesn't know his name, the chance he's having this average is a 40%. Let's say here is 80 score. Here is let's say here is a 70 score. Here is 80 score. And the chance here, let's say 20%. So you grab any student, his chance is 80, his score is 80, is only 20%. His chance is 60, is also 20%. And 90 score, if here 90 score, his chance is 5%, etc. The chance of 100 probably is 1%, is very low, is very low. So here means the probability, okay? Here is the probability. So this is what we call the probability curve, probability density curve, probability density curve. We have taught already, okay? Probability density curve, density curve, okay? The total, the area, the total is 100%. This area, the total is 100%, which is makes sense. Is 100%. So let's say the mu is 70. I just use it. The mu is 70. And let's say this, the standard deviation is 10, okay, is 10. So here is the 80 score, okay. Here is 60 score. So what this means if we apply this rule on here? What does that mean? That means 68% students, the score is between 60 to 80. Is between 60 to 80. Okay? And 2 sigma away, this let's say here and here. Okay? The drawing is a little bit. 2 sigma now is 2 sigma away. Is a 2 sigma. So what's the score here? What's the score here? 90, not 95. This is a 10, another 10 is a 90. Okay, what's the score here? 50. And this means for this part plus minus the 2, maybe I should bring the 273. Here, this one. So this part is 95%. Is 95%. So means the 95% students, the school is here doesn't could be anything. Okay, here this axis could be anything. Here I just borrow example. Say it's exam school, since we are dealing exam as a student. So from here to here, from 50 to 90, 95% students. The school is between 50 to 90. Or you can put in this way. Randomly select a student. The 95% probability, 95% chance his score is between 50 to 90. Okay. The chance the chance his score between 50 to 90 is 95%. The chance a random any student, the chance his score between 60 to 80 is what? 68%. Okay, is a 68% chance. Or you can say 68% total students, the score is between 60 to 80. 95% all the students, their score is between 50 to 90. Okay. Now if I add, so this is the two, another sigma, 3 sigma away, 3 sigma away. Here is, what's the score here? What's the score here? 100. What's the score here? Not 0. 40. 40, okay? Each one is a 10. Standard deviation is 10. Okay, 3. This is a 3, okay? 3. So, 99.7% students, their score is between 40 to 100. 99.7% students, their score is between 40 to 100. It's not 100%. It's not 100%. There's still a little bit. You can see there's still a little bit. Okay. This a little bit plus this a little bit is how much? Is 0.3. Okay. Is the leftover of this. So this a little bit tip plus this a little bit tip. That is 0.3%. It's 0.3%. Okay, so put it in this way, a student, his score lower than 40 or higher than 100. Let's say 100 is not the maximum. Let's say it's not maximum. Um, a student, his chance higher than 100 or lower than 40 is 0.3%. Are you following? Are you following? Um, this will be in the final exam. Um, okay. Are you following? Now I can create a lot of questions. Okay, what's the probability for a student the score between 50 to 90? What's the probability? Huh? Is 95%, okay? This part, okay? But now I'm asking you, what's the score a student, the probability is higher than 90% and higher than 90. Which means is what's the area of here to the infinity? What's the area of this? Huh? Yeah, it's a 2.5. Why is it 2.5? Because this area plus this area is a 5%. Okay? The blank one is 95%. And the leftover is 5%. It's this plus this. Okay. Now, follow it? Because this is the final exam, okay? So, for this one is what? 2.5%. So, for a student, a random student, the probability for him to higher than 90 score is 2.5%. Here is another 2.5%. Is that clear? This is 2.5, this is 2.5, total is 5%, and this is 95%. Now, I changed my question a little bit. What's the probability for a student, his score is lower than 90%? Lower than 90, sorry. A student. Yeah, now it's tricky. I just asked the chance for him to higher than 90 is 2.5%. Now I'm asking the chance for him lower than 90 is what? Is 100% minus this one. Is, putting it another way, is all, I don't want to destroy this, is all the area from here to including this blue one. Okay? The total is 100%. We chopped off this 2.5%. The leftover is 97.5%. We will do the chapter questions. It's all kinds, doing all kinds of things. Okay, so what's the probability for a student? His score is lower than 80. Lower than 80. Huh? Okay, well, maybe I ask what's the probability for him to higher than 80? Higher than 80. What's this pink area? What's the pink area? What's the pink area? Do it on your notebook. Do it on your notebook. Use all this. Do it on your notebook. Do it quick, otherwise I have to jump out of the window. Let me write down the question. Question, um, the probability uh, of random select students, selected students, selected students, students having score lower than 80. A student having score lower than 80, what is the probability? 70%? You can do it, say, higher than 80. You can do it higher than 80. Then 100% minus higher than 80. Then that's lower than 80. You can find out this is the probability higher than 80. This pink area. This pink area is the probability higher than 80. So, how to use the I just use this symbol. The probability higher than 80. What is what's what's the probability of higher than 80? 16. Huh? Do it on your notebook. Do it on your notebook. I draw it again. I keep that so I don't destroy it. So Here is 70, 70, and one standard deviation. One standard deviation. This is 80, and this is 60. So what is the total area here? What is the total area here? 68%. 68%. Okay, this is the 68%. I'm asking, then what's this area? What's this area? So it's a half, 68%, and half is, total is 68%. The pink one is 34%. 34. So it's a 34%. I'm asking the probability of higher than 80. So from here to here is a 50%. From here to here is a 50%. Okay. You can have different ways to get the answer. What's the area? What's the area here? So it's a 50% minus this is 34%, which is my color doesn't match, but 16%. You got it? The total, the blue one is 68%. Okay, some students say it's not clear. I repeat. The total, the blue color is 68%. The half is 34%. Okay, is symmetric. We try to utilize. We try to utilize the symmetric. Okay, it's important in normal distribution. So the pink one is a half, so it's a 34%. So everything from middle all the way, total is the 50%. Because everything is 100%. Okay? From that infinity to all the way to that infinity. Gradually will become zero. No, I'm exaggerating. The total area under the curve is 100%. The total area under the curve is 100%. And from the middle line to over there is 50%. From here is 50%. Okay. And so the pink one is already 34%. The pink one is already 34%. So this one plus pink one is 50%. This one plus pink one is 50%. So this has to be 16%. So this plus this becomes a half. Becomes a half, which is the 50%. I don't know. Okay, is that clear? So this is the probability of a higher than 80. This is the probability of a higher than 80. Original question is the probability lower than 80. Lower than 80 is this part, and this part. So 100% minus this is a what? 84. So the answer here is 84%. This is the answer, is 84%. Is lower than 80. This student could be 80, 79, 70, 67, anything lower than 80. Anything lower than 80. So one way is the 100% minus this one. Another way is by adding up. What's the area? What's the area of this? What's the area? Huh? Symmetric, okay. 16%. 16% plus the blue one, 68%. 68 plus 16, that is 84%. This one plus this one, that is the 84%. Is this plus the blue. Are you following? Okay. So what's the probability for a student that his score is between 70 and 80? What's the probability? What's the probability that what's the symbol that is greater than 70 and let's say x and lower than 80? What's the probability? 34%. Is that it? 34%. Okay. Is this the pink one? Are you following? So back here, this is only 1 sigma away, okay? Now the 2 sigma is a 50 to 90. Now I'm asking you, what's the probability of his score? What's the probability of his score is greater than 60%, which means he passed. What's the probability is greater than 60? Huh? Is it 84? Good. Everybody got it? So it's here total everything, okay? You can add gradually, or you can get this part. You can get this part and deduct, okay? And what's the chance? Is the probability is greater than 50, lower than 80. Greater than 50. Do it on your notebook. Do all write all this. It's for your review. Greater than 50, lower than 80. Do it on your notebook. I don't know the answer. 81? I'm sorry? Okay, I think. Let you guys, everybody do it. You have this will be in the final result. Okay. This will be in the final. That's it. Okay. Where is your pencil? Why is it pencil? I mean pencil. That's her. No, where is the argument? Where is it? One of you has to give me 1 minute. Uh, do it on your notebook. Do it on your notebook. What's the probability? Sounds good. But I don't know. This one is okay. Everybody, okay. Um, or we take a break here, and you, if you cannot do it now, if you are still not clear, you can ask me, come here, ask me, or this will be in the final. We take a break now.